Refocus. Hi friends, it's Karishma here with Capital Media HD 99.3, and I am still in Kingston, Jamaica. As such, I needed to find a gym to keep myself healthy and keep myself accountable. So I found a gym called Element Gym here in Kingston. And Element Gym is a personal training gym, which is how I met this brilliant woman sitting next to me, Sammy. Sammy, introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Sammy DePaz. I'm a Jamaican. I recently moved back home from Orlando, Florida, where I went to the University of Central Florida. I worked for a couple years there, and now I'm officially back home.
Okay, there's something really cool that you need to know about Sammy that I learned my first day in the gym, and I learned very quickly she's not the girl that you mess with. If she tells you to lift something or push something or jump rope something, you better do it. Sammy, how old are you?
I am 23 years old.
She is 23 years old, and she is currently the heaviest female deadlifter in Jamaica. Now, of course, there are not competitions happening, but I think that's a massive title. How did you get into deadlifting?
So, throughout high school, I did some sports. I did go to boarding school abroad, and I got into some sports like track, swimming, but I was never really great at anything. I think that I really quit on myself a lot. I didn't have the discipline to get good at anything. So we would have weightlifting classes where basically just like an hour of fitness where sometimes it's in the classroom, sometimes it's in the gym.
Yeah.
And we would just lift weights. Our strength coaches would just explain to us the movement, stuff like that. And I didn't really take it seriously at the time, but I did realize that I was naturally strong. So when I went to Texas A&M, that's the school that I went to before I went to University of Central Florida, I was like, I should give myself a chance to be good at something. So I started going to the gym, started trying to figure out how to do all the movements, and did a lot of YouTube research and asked the people that I knew around me who were strong, or as far as I conceived they were strong. And I just started going to the gym. Like I started at 2 to 3 days a week with all of the compound lifts. If I showed you some of the videos when I first started, though, it's horrendous. Like I have no idea what I was doing. I look at those videos now and I'm like, hope nobody finds these.
I hope you share some of those with us, because she's gonna share some of herself pushing a truck, which is what I've seen. Actually, you know what? Insert that clip right here. Okay, what did you think about that? That's crazy, right? And imagine where she started. She actually just told us that she was a terrible lifter, pusher, whatever it is.
Everything.
Because, you know, sometimes I struggle to lift my groceries. How do you push a truck?
So I think that strength is something that's relative, right? So when we think of being strong, people really only conceive that in the sense of like, oh, I can lift up my groceries, I can lift up my suitcase. But the thing is about strength is that it's being able to use your body to your benefit in the best way possible whenever you wish to. So for me, I started focusing on the compound lifts and then building my accessories around those lifts. I've had a lot of help along the way from like coaches that I hired. Like there's nobody who's just strong by themselves. They're always a great support team, a network of people who are like cheering you on. Even if some of them don't necessarily want you to be that strong, they're like supportive anyways. But I had some really great people who guided me along the way. And when I started getting my certification to be a trainer myself, I realized that it's so much more about the self-limiting beliefs that we have about ourselves than it ever is about our body not being capable of doing what we need it to do for us. So for me, powerlifting specifically has always been about me showing up as my best self and being able to say, this is about me, I'm doing this for me, and the only person who controls my performance and my output is myself. And that allows you a realm of control that you simply cannot find anywhere else outside of fitness, in my opinion, because your output is directly related to what you put in. So all of the results that you see, all of the strength, all of the heavy weights that people lift, it's because of the amount of time and dedication that they put into that. And you can't buy being strong. You can buy the body that you want, right? When you really think about it, people go, they get plastic surgery. Absolutely no shame to that. But you cannot buy being strong. Even if you take drugs to get stronger, you cannot buy the amount of work it takes to get strong, even with assistance. And that's what people really need to realize. The amount of work it takes you to get strong, the mental fortitude that you build in that process is invaluable, and it's spanned across every single aspect of your life.
Now, I don't know if you can tell, but besides lifting very heavy and being an amazing trainer, because now I can lift a little bit heavier, of course it comes from within, but it also really helps to have a brilliant trainer working with you. There's something else that's pretty incredible that Sam does, and I feel like you can tell a little bit because she's touched on it now. Sam, what else do you do?
So I'm also a life coach. Specifically though, I'm a self-love coach. So that basically means that the self-limiting beliefs that people hold against themselves that really prevent us from loving ourselves fully, I try to get people to move past that. And I'm not gonna say get over it, because I feel as if that is a super downplayed way to say that all of the traumas that we've endured, the path that we have to take through life, it almost makes it feel less significant than it really is to me. So I always say move past. We're moving through that, because there's never going to be a time in our life where we are not the sum of all of those parts that have made us up. And our trauma is a part of that. But that doesn't mean that we can't push that baggage to the side and show up as our best, most authentic self, despite all of the things that have happened to us.
You know, that's such a brilliant message, because I feel like so many people are having such a hard time right now with the pandemic, and in Barbados, you know, they're covered in ashfall. Of course, St. Vincent it's been so much trauma there. And it's just nice to hear a message like this of showing up as your authentic self, not by forgetting what you've been through, ignoring what you've been through, but knowing that it's a part of you and it's a part of your story.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, there you go, guys. So that's been a bit of time with Sam here in Kingston, Jamaica today. Sam, if you could leave our listeners and our viewers with one special message, what would it be?
So I have a lot of special messages that I think would make a big difference, but I think specifically it's in order for you to show up for other people, you have to first show up for yourself. And that can be seen in your mental health journey, that can be seen in fitness, that can be seen in your day-to-day life, where you just take more time to say, what do I need today? What does self-care look like for me? And if that's going to the gym for 30 minutes, if that's going for a walk, if that's taking a bubble bath, whatever that is, do not neglect yourself in the process of trying to be there for others, because an empty cup cannot overflow. And
I want to clap louder, but I don't want to cut her off. But yes.
And it's really important that the same energy, love, gratitude, appreciation that we show for others, we also show for ourselves.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. That was incredible. Thank you, Sam. And on that note, folks, I am going to go take care of myself in that gym right now with Sam, my trainer, and Capital Media HD swinging those hits for me. Have a great day, guys.